This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Carbonite. Coming up on Destructoid, Battlefield 3 is not coming to Steam, Saints Row 3 has crazy pre-order bonuses, and a brand new Riddler trailer for Arkham City appears. All this and more coming up on Destructoid. Welcome to Destructoid, I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville.
Happy Monday, Max.
Happy Monday indeed.
You look tired.
I'm a little bit tired. I was in Arizona. I saw a tarantula. My dad got married. I got drunk. And then my flight got delayed, so I've been up since 4 a.m. So, hey-o.
Well, welcome back to the foggy and rainy city of San Francisco.
Welcome back into that 70s
really
show
is not pleasant
starring
today.
Donna.
Yeah.
Take it away, Donna.
Oh, thank you. So in news that is sure to surprise no one, it looks like EA's decided not to release Battlefield 3 on Steam when it comes out this November. Instead, they're going to be offering it for sale on Origin, their new and presumably shitty download service. They haven't officially confirmed it yet, but this information came straight from a release list that got leaked on the internet, so you know it's good. It also shows that despite the game not coming to Steam, it will be available for download on a number of other digital download websites like Direct2Drive and Gamersgate. When questioned, EA responded by saying, quote, "When a download service forbids publishers from contacting players with patches, new levels, items, and other services, it disrupts our ability to provide the ongoing support players expect from us. At present, this is the case with only one download service, Steam. While EA offers its entire portfolio to the site, they have elected to not post many of our games. We hope to find a mutually agreeable solution to this issue soon." This doesn't really bode well for the future of EA games on Steam, since Steam has like 30 million users.
But
or
they're right,
crazy.
though. I mean, Steam has such terrible service. And, it's got such a limited selection of games.
Steam can release patches. That's what I don't understand about this. There must be some internal business that
must have something to do with that.
Our feeble minds cannot
Origin
process going
thing.
on here. But we already found out a few days ago that the deluxe edition of Mass Effect 3 will only be available for download on Origin as well for the rather steep price of $79.99. And by the way, that extra $20 you're paying for it, it includes a pack of guns, a couple of outfits, and a robotic dog for $20 extra. Just putting that out there.
Are they like actual guns and an actual robot dog?
No, it's fictional things that do not exist in reality.
Okay. Well, I will save that $20 and get myself a pack of gum and play with my imagination. Thank you. Anyway, I don't know if there's a word for people who aren't excited about Batman Arkham City, but if there is, I can't say it on this show because it's a bad word.
Douchebags. That's the
Those
word.
mother bastards. Anyway, that being said, the game is stacking up to probably be the best superhero game ever. I mean, that's a long shot, but you know, it looks cool. And this new trailer has the Riddler in it, and it kind of supports my theory. In Arkham Asylum, the Riddler's puzzles were sort of like little bonus puzzles, and you went around and you found things and solved puzzles, and it seems like this time the Riddler's going to have a pretty big role in the game. In the trailer, we see a lot of weird equations and question marks, kind of standard teaser stuff, but then we hear the Batman say, "Let them go, Riddler. They're innocent." And then there's a shot of him swooping in to rescue a cop from giant saw blades. There's a lot of saw blades in this. I think it's safe to say they took some cues from the Saw movies. At E3, the guys at Rocksteady said that the Riddler challenges in Arkham City are going to incorporate some more complex physical puzzles, so I'm guessing these will involve rescuing hostages from elaborate traps like we just saw. Personally, I love the Riddler challenges because they make you feel like like the world's greatest detective. You know, instead of a guy in a cape who just likes roundhouse kicking people.
You sure like detective-ing.
I really want to be a detective. But hey, while we're on the subject of the Riddler in video games, I would like to point out how much the mind control thing he makes in Batman Forever looks like an Xbox peripheral. It's a big neon green thing, and it makes your fantasies come true, and you don't even have to use your hands.
Looks like a blender.
It does, full of crystals. I don't know, Joel Schumacher, go figure. I bet that the Kinect 2 is just gonna be like, it's gonna have suction cup things you just stick on your head, and it sucks out all your brain power, and it all floats through the air. And there's just some big island somewhere where Steve Ballmer's sitting there in like a big throne, and he's just collecting all your personal data and sweating profusely. I think that's gonna happen.
Yeah,
in fact,
it
I'd love to make like a Wii case mod of that thing and just put suction cups on the Wiimotes and stick them to my forehead and just wave my head around. And
I don't want to know what you're like at your home when you're not in the studio, Max.
Your turn,
I feel
Tara.
sorry for your girlfriend. Why don't we take a moment to talk about the Wii U instead? More specifically, let's talk about CliffyB talking about the Wii U.
This is my punishment for what I just said, isn't it?
Yep, sure is. IndustryGamers.com wanted to hear his opinion on Nintendo's new hardware, and I'm sure you guys do too, so here it goes. Quote, dude, what's old is new sometimes. The Power Glove led to the Wii, right? The Virtual Boy led to the 3DS, right? A lot of these older technologies that you forget about are the technological predecessors. The Kinect is a sophisticated webcam, right? So I'm just dying to see it. It's Nintendo. I'll buy it. I know I'll buy it. They'll talk shit, but they'll buy it, he said, referring to people much like you and me, Max, who are skeptical of the hardware.
And broke.
And while I agree with his piece about technology repeating itself, because, you know, everything's built on something previous, that whole they'll talk shit but they'll buy it thing only really works if we're as rich as CliffyB.
Yeah.
By which I mean if we have money coming out of our anuses.
If I bled money, I would have so much Gears of War memorabilia around my house.
Those of us without an extra $500 lying around to throw down on a console, I would hope we would put a little more thought into a huge purchasing decision like that, rather than just buying something because it's Nintendo. Because didn't we all kind of have the same thing with the 3DS where we're like, this is so cool, I want this. And then when it comes time to actually buy it, you just can't throw down the money for it. You can't justify a purchase like that.
Well, Nintendo's admitted themselves very kind of vaguely saying that they sort of maybe kind of dropped the ball in terms of, you know, games being released for that.
Right,
So that's,
exactly. Well, hopefully they're making up for that with the Wii U, but who really
Moment of
knows?
silence
You want
for
to talk about another game
3DS
that
games
we
released.
like?
Yes. Okay. So as you guys should all know, Ms Splosion Man comes out for XBLA this Wednesday, July 13th. And unless you're a total jerk who hates fun things, you're probably already planning on picking up a copy or downloading it or whatever you do. I don't know what the word for that is. Nick Chester just put up his review of the game on the site, and he gave it a big, steaming 2 out of 10, saying that it lacks realism, is disgustingly sexist, too girly, and that every button does the same thing. I'm just kidding. He gave the game a 9.5 out of 10 and said that fans of the original should not be disappointed as it's a step up from Splosion Man in nearly every respect. He gave very high praises to the multiplayer, especially the 2 girls, 1 controller mode, which allows you to play 2 characters with 1 controller. If you weren't a fan of the first game, then you might want to give the demo a try first, as the game can be really frustrating at times. You know, with these types of platformers could kind of do that, but that's sort of the point anyway. It's 800 Microsoft points. It's $10. You know, it's.
I got to see it at E3.
You got to see it?
I got to see it at E3.
Tara Long.
Conrad and I checked it out.
As a lady, what did you think of Ms Splosion?
I did not feel objectified in any way. In fact, I felt empowered, and also I got to pick up shoes, so that was really cool.
Yes, you did get to pick up shoes in the game.
Yeah. This game, it's really good for the price. It's a lot of fun. They've got great multiplayer modes, which is something that I feel like has been lacking. Like, I don't have many good multiplayer games on my Xbox right now. But this is one that I might actually consider picking up. It's $10, you know?
It's $10.
Why not? It's not now. It's not officially part of Summer of Arcade, right?
It's not.
No.
They took it off of there, but it's summer. It's for the arcade. Who cares if it doesn't have a fancy sticker on it? But go figure.
Sweet.
So.
Well, why don't we take a second to thank our sponsor, and then we'll get back to it.
Let's do that.
Let's face it, computer disasters happen to everyone. Maybe your computer crashes or gets burned to death in a house fire. Fortunately, if you've got Carbonite Online Backup, there's no need to worry because your files will be backed up automatically and safely offsite, and it's incredibly easy to get them back. Plus, you get anytime, anywhere access to your backed up files from any computer or on your smartphone or iPad with a free Carbonite app. With Carbonite, unlimited backup for your PC or Mac is just $59 a year. That's less than $5 a month. But when you use the offer code Destructoid to start your free 15-day trial, you'll get 2 months free if you decide to buy. All the details are at Carbonite.com, and remember to use the offer code Destructoid to get 2 months free with your purchase. More news. Dead Island, anyone?
Oh boy,
Yeah.
That's a good game. That's gonna be good. That's
Yeah.
exciting. So this news should kick ass, correct?
No.
Okay.
Continuing the long-standing tradition of crappy pre-order bonuses, check out this digital art book. You can get absolutely free if you pre-order Dead Island on Amazon today. The art book features some exquisite drawings, like this one of a man scratching his head. Also, and this one might shock you, it's a picture of an island.
Is it a dead island?
Actually, it looks quite alive.
Ah, fudge.
So it's a little bit misleading. There's a drawing of a group of zombies, though. If that makes you feel better. They're in front of a church or something.
This could just be people with bad posture. It's very hard to
It
tell.
could be. It's really hard to tell. Anyway, all this and much, much more can be yours if you call within the next 20 minutes. Or, if you don't want a crappy non-book book, you can pre-order the game from GameStop and get the Bloodbath Arena DLC instead. It's a single and multiplayer survival challenge that takes place across 4 different arenas, and it's probably way more fun than looking at art on a non-existent book.
Yeah, a digital art book. That's,
Yeah.
kind of like a website, sort of.
It's so lame.
Yeah,
That's like,
it really
I
is.
tend to find pre-order DLC really lame, but
Well,
this is particular.
oh, hey, well, I got some
You got some good stuff? Okay.
A couple weeks ago, we talked about Saints Row the Third and how it is the coolest thing of all time, and it is easily one of my most anticipated games of the year. One of the highlights of the trailer we showed was a car that sucked up pedestrians and shot them out of a cannon on the top. And the vehicle's official title is Professor Genki's Super Ballistic MANAPULT, and it's one of the things you're going to get when you pre-order the game. Apparently, Professor Genki is a guy in a cat suit who hosts a Japanese TV show called Professor Genki's Super Ethical Reality Climax.
Because why not?
Yeah. You get his truck, his leisure stunt suit, and his octopus cannon. Okay, it sounds like I'm making this up, but this is totally actually a thing.
We no longer know what to believe from you. What is real, Max?
If that's not enough, there's a platinum edition, and it comes with all the pre-order stuff I just talked about, and then it also comes with the game soundtrack, and then it comes with a Saints Row headset that has an auto-tune voice processing feature built in, inspired by Zemos the Pimp. Okay, like, I know a lot of us were thinking about pre-ordering this game anyway, but the fact that, doing so gives us a MANAPULT, that kind of nails it. And on top of that, like, I've never really wanted to get one of those super special platinum editions because I have very small shelves in my house, but it's an auto-tune headset. Like, if the Xbox Live community is a bag of dog shit, Volition just set it on fire and left it on our collective porch and rang the doorbell and ran away. I want that headset.
I'm not even sure.
I don't know what it does. I don't know if it's gonna work, but can you imagine like a game of like Call of Duty where everyone sounds like T-Pain?
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say this. I'm not even sure this is a video game anymore, and not some weird promotion for a new T-Pain album or like Lady Gaga or like some hot new drug on the streets
Tara,
or something.
I think it's the singularity. This is the end of all things as we know them. This is like the.
That's depressing.
This is the quickening. This is what happens when all the other Highlanders are dead. This game is gonna be incredible.
Yeah, I really do want that catapult though.
I do too. It's a MANAPULT. You get a cat suit. Anyway, okay, so that's it for the news. It's a Monday, what can I say? Before we go, we have a fun contest for you, and this time you don't have to embarrass yourself in front of a webcam. The fine folks at CM4 were nice enough to send over these Catalyst 3DS cases, which are they're lightweight aluminum, fabric coated. They're grippy and they're very, very handy, and they have an armor bonus of like 50. All you have to do to win one is make a picture. Photoshop, drawing, I don't care what you do, something, but depict the worst way you could break a 3DS. So it could be like, you spilling food on it or something, just being like, I'm Tara Long.
Or crushing it with my butt cheeks.
Yes, her butt cheeks. Or it could be like me, like jerking off on it and throwing it out a window, or Jim Sterling sitting on it because he's fat and British or whatever, I don't know. But make one of these pictures, do something, but just don't actually break your 3DS. You don't have to do that. Anyway, so send the pictures to show@destructoid.com and include your name and address, and we will pick the winners next week. You can check out the cases at cm4.com. In the meantime, let's see, the deadline for this should be, let's say Sunday, this next Sunday at midnight.
This Sunday.
Coming Sunday at midnight. And then next Monday, a week from today, we will show off the cool things that people sent us.
Exactly. So why don't you guys follow us on Twitter also? I'm Tara Longest, Max Scoville, and this little show thing we do. You can find us on Twitter at Detoid Show.
Detoid Show.
And on Facebook at
Detoid Show.
facebook.com/Detoid Show.
Anyway, that's it for our Monday show. Tune in on Wednesday when we talk about things that probably have to do with video games. Good night, guys.
Send in your submissions. Good night.